Yo, what is going on, guys? Liam Lifts coming at you with another video. Today we're doing chest day, my favorite of all days, just like all of them. After I did my cardio, of course I did my warm-up, which avoids injury on the shoulders. If you guys want to see that, watch my Don't Get Injured video. If you guys watch my last chest day, I'm going to seem a lot weaker in this video, and that's just because I'm showing all of my third sets instead of my first sets. And that's going to be kind of interesting for you guys to see, I think, because then you get to see on every exercise all the different intensity techniques that I like to incorporate to push past failure, because you know, on my third set, my muscles are already burnt out, and so I can't do that many reps, and so I need to add all of these intensity techniques to keep pushing. So the set before this, I had the 25s on, and then I did a drop set, took them off, and then I put the 10s back on because now I'm a bit weaker for my last set. I also, since this is my last set, I got a spot to help me because that'll help me really burn out at the end and push past failure. Instead of having to do a drop set, it kind of just helps me keep going. If you guys have ever had a spot help you on the last couple reps after you push past failure, it really feels like your muscles really hit a wall. Like, I've never felt that kind of exhaustion from anything else. So ever since I did it for the first time, it's become a pretty regular thing for me. A little bit of a scare here, it almost fell off the rack, but luckily the spot was strong enough to help me and he was right there. Not only when you ask for a spot are you ensuring your safety, but you're also opening yourself up to make new friends. I feel like every time I've asked someone for a spot, they've become a new friend that I say hi to every time I see them in the gym, and it just kind of makes me feel more at home when I'm in the gym. So if you guys aren't asking for a spot or talking to anyone, I mean, I get it, you might be focused on whatever you're doing, but honestly it might be something to think about. Anyways, getting onto these cable side laterals here. I mentioned this in a previous video, but I way prefer the cables over the dumbbells because you get a better stretch that way, and the resistance curve is a little bit better. Well, with a dumbbell you have the most tension at the top contraction, which is the least important part of the rep, and with the cable you get the most tension at the bottom when you're in the stretch position, which is the most important part. So that makes this a better exercise for hypertrophy focused training. If you guys are enjoying the video, don't forget to hit the like button down below if you haven't already. No, like actually. No, I'm still waiting. Alright, now we can continue. So since I already hit a drop set, I'm on the lightest weight, so what I'm doing to increase the intensity is just waiting a second and doing some extra couple reps there. Great way to burn out. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I actually forgot to do my shoulder press after the bench press. That's what I normally do. I'm really surprised I forgot it because I've been doing this routine for forever, and you know, I always do it. Like, I don't know how I forgot, but anyways, now we're getting onto these tricep extensions. After I did these, I knew that I couldn't do the shoulder press anymore because my triceps were absolutely burnt out, but oh well. Honestly, everyone's front delts are overdeveloped anyways. It's not really something that anyone really needs to focus on, so if I had to pick one exercise to skip on my chest day, it would be the shoulder press. All these other exercises are actually pretty important in my opinion. If you're wondering why I'm going overhead, it may look like I'm just putting myself into an awkward position for no reason, but actually when you do an overhead tricep extension, especially with the cables when it's like really pulling your arms back, it really helps with the stretch, which pretty much all of my exercises, especially the isolation movements, I'm always just focused on the stretch because I am training for hypertrophy after all. And then after I superset my side delts with my overhead tricep extensions, I also include some behind the back tricep extensions. This is just for some variety to target all of the tricep to get different heads involved. And also I am still focused on the stretch, even though this is a contraction focused movement. I always get the full range of motion and full stretch at the top. And notice how slowly I'm controlling that eccentric on the way up. That's really good for maximizing the effectiveness of each rep. Now, when I started this exercise, I was super weak because I had already done 3 sets of the, stretched overhead tricep extension, but now I'm doing a drop set and I can only do 1 rep at that weight. I had to really drop it down because my triceps are completely fried. Now anyways, the whole time I was doing triceps and side delts, my chest was resting, so now it's fresh and ready to get completely destroyed on the pec deck. I would have to say this is my favorite part of chest day. I know I say that about pretty much every exercise on pretty much every day, but Chest was always one of my main focuses. Ever since I started working out, that was always the part that was lacking, and so it's always the part that I've focused on the most. Whenever I'm doing this chest isolation exercise, it really gives me a really nice stretch at the back there. I always set it so that it's for the rear delt flies, and then I use it for chest flies, just so I can get that extra little stretch. Honestly, if you were to set it at the 5 or the 1 or whatever the most deep position is, if you were to just set it there, then you wouldn't really get a full stretch, unless your shoulders are super immobile or your chest is super tight or whatever. But for most people, it is worth going that extra little bit back. Now, if you're just learning for the first time that the stretch is the most important part of the rep, and if you've never trained that way, if you go into the gym the next time and you try using the same weights and you try fully stretching out, you're gonna realize pretty quickly that you can't lift anywhere near as heavily. It's going to be very humbling. But honestly, I've been training this way for so long that I really don't even think about the weights at all anymore. Instead of thinking about lifting weights, I'm thinking about challenging the muscle. And so the numbers on the dumbbells don't matter to me at all. All right, now I'm ready for this set. Getting into this chest press machine. This is the last exercise of my chest day. Since this is the 3rd set that I'm showing you, at this point, this is the last set of my workout, and I am more exhausted for this set than any other set. Some people think that you can't mess up the form on the machines, but they would be wrong. You notice on the chest press machine here how much I'm puffing out my chest and how I have my feet firmly planted on the ground for my foundation, and how slow and controlled the eccentric is, how much I'm exploding on the way up, and how deep I'm going on the way down. Also notice that I set the handles to be as far back as possible. All of this is very important for optimizing this movement for hypertrophy, getting the most stimulus to effort ratio. Pushing all the way to failure and then flicking the pins to hit the drop set. I really like the machines finishing off because it's easiest to drop set. If you guys are wondering what the best intensity technique is, I wouldn't say it's drop setting, I would say it's long length partials, but long length partials can't always take you all the way. Sometimes you can't complete any more partials, and so that's where drop sets will take you that extra little bit further. And then if you did your long length partials, you did your drop sets, and you still want to take it further, maybe you feel like you can't just keep dropping the weight, what you can do is rest pause, where you go to failure and then you take a second and then you get to do more reps like I did earlier in the video. Yeah, that just about does it for the workout. Now all that's left to do is stretching. If you guys aren't stretching, then trust me, it will come back to bite you. I don't care if you're Superman himself. You can't sustain working out very hard and never stretching. If you guys have stuck around this long, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you all for the support. Make sure you're subscribed for leg day, that's coming out next. I'm thinking I'm gonna do a series of all dumbbell only movements, so if anyone's watching that only has dumbbells at home, they don't have a gym membership, I'm gonna create an entire push-pull legs guide playlist just for you guys. The whole point of making this channel in the first place was just to help as many people as I can achieve their fitness goals, so hopefully I can do that by providing you guys a workout to do with just dumbbells. But yeah, that just about does it for this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I love each and every one of you so much, and I will see you next time. Peace.